Now, in a special edition of 4 News Now, the Coeur d'Alene School Board approves a new dress code. What changes will be made?
Well, the gray and dreary days of winter are here. I'll let you know when we might clear out in your First Alert forecast.
And 2 players from the University of Idaho football team are entering the transfer portal. Which players will be leaving Moscow after an amazing season? But we begin with some breaking news. The Department of Justice claims a Spokane property management company stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from a federal COVID relief program. Thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. According to the DOJ, All-Star Management, owned by Give Parker, fraudulently received funds from the Emergency Rent Assistance Program. That's a program meant to help tenants struggling to pay rent. The company received the money by saying more than 30 tenants were behind on rent, when in reality, all of them made their payments on time. The DOJ also claims the company inflated rent amounts that were higher than the tenant's actual rent. The U.S. District Attorney releasing a statement reading, landlords and property management companies need to play by the rules, especially when they claim precious and limited rent assistance funds intended to protect members of the community struggling under the weight of a deadly pandemic. This is a developing story, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more. The Coeur d'Alene School District is changing its dress code policy. The new rule states students must wear tops that fully cover them. The new policy changes some of the language of the dress code that some said was directed towards girls. It also makes changes to how the dress code is enforced, including no longer removing students from the classroom for violating the dress code, but there are some exceptions. All right, Chris, we are in the middle of pothole weather, as we jokingly said earlier, with our roads constantly freezing and melting and freezing and melting.
And we're going to do a lot of that over the next several days, that freezing and melting, throw in some fog, and boy, not even a hint of sunshine today. This is our time lapse over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena today, and that was it was just gray, and there is more of this kind of weather coming. This is kind of what we do this time of year in the inland Northwest. Our 4 things to know: clouds and fog in the forecast. Occasionally you'll get a little bit of light drizzle coming out of that stratus deck. Temperatures for highs will be above average all week, but on most nights we will drop below freezing. So again, that freeze-thaw cycle, and we have showers on Thursday, just a slight chance of showers on Thursday, which I will show you the computer model later in the broadcast. But first, I want to show you our temperatures around the region. We have been holding steady at 35 degrees for hours now, and will likely not see that temperature change much as we go into the overnight, staying just above freezing for the next several hours. We're already at freezing in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint, one of the spots that it will be a little bit cooler. Fog around the region has been coming and going. We don't really have any tremendous trouble spots right now. It did get a little bit thick over the 4th of July pass earlier this evening, but otherwise it is fairly clear. But that is not going to be the case for long. Expect a foggy day tomorrow, low clouds and fog. A high of 37, which is a little above average. I'll be back in just a few minutes to show you that slight chance of showers on the way. That's about all we've got for the next 7. It's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. A scam alert from the Idaho Department of Finance. Officials are warning to be on the lookout for fake websites pretending to be licensed Idaho consumer lenders. Here are some tips to make sure the site you're using is legitimate. First, check the URL. Scammers will normally make a slight change to the URL, including switching one of the letters. The department also says to Google the address listed on the website. If it says it's a red flag if the address comes up as an empty lot, someone's home, or a P.O. box. And finally, never type your financial information on a site that you're not 100% sure is legitimate. You can find a complete list of confirmed lenders in Idaho at finance.idaho.gov. Well, the House has passed a bill aimed at improving healthcare transparency and affordability. The Lower Cost, More Transparency Act passed easily with the final vote of 320 to 71. If signed into law, it would act like more of an enforcer to Trump administration transparency rules. It's supposed to drive down medical care costs for Americans at a time when inflation has such a stronghold on the economy. Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers helped champion this act.
Over 90% of Americans believe that we should know what the price is. You think about how inflation is driving up the cost of our gas, our groceries. We're able to shop around and know where we can get the best value for the money that we're spending.
The bill could also save patients from paying 2 to 3 times more for the same medical services when they're performed at a hospital rather than in a doctor's office. The bill still needs to make it through the Senate before heading to President Biden's desk. Dog owners who have been longtime users of Spokane's Highbridge Dog Park say it's recently become a bit of an eyesore. The park in Spokane's West Hills neighborhood is a staple for many dog owners, and it's the first ever dog park in Spokane. But recently, piles of trash and even used drug needles have been found by people just trying to walk their dogs. The trash has become such an issue, Spokanimal says it just can't afford to operate it anymore. Bronte Sorotsky shares their frustrations with the mess.
Dog owners that use the Highbridge Dog Park say they're fed up constantly seeing trash and litter when trying to walk their dog. And it's not just them. Spokanimal, which operates the dog park, says it's handing off its operations to the city because the garbage is costing Spokanimal too much.
So there's needles and stuff, syringes on the ground.
Lloyd Sanford has loved taking his dog Cheyenne to Highbridge Dog Park since it opened in 2011. But recently, his favorite park worries him as a dog owner, fearing that his beloved pup might eat some trash or worse, step on a needle.
There used to be maybe 4 or 5 or 6 cars here overnight. The way they get rid of their garbage is just throw it out on the ground.
When we went to the dog park to check it out, trash cans were overflowing with garbage. This mess is costing Spokanimal so much to clean that the shelter says it could no longer sustain itself while operating the park.
It was an insurance issue for us, and just as far as maintaining it with the trash and all the things like that, the cost of garbage and just overall, we were not able to sustain going into 2024.
With the amount of garbage that people have left behind, Spokanimal staff went from going to the park to clean 2 to 3 times a week to 5 to 6 days each week, leading them to a tough decision. In November, Spokanimal let the city know it would no longer be able to operate the dog park.
We just don't have the staff and the capability of managing it like that.
Now it's in the hands of the city. The city's parks department says it will be doing a full renovation of the park for the next 2 years. But in the meantime, we'll continue to work with code enforcement to help with cleanup from any homeless encampments. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
There's a bunch of sadness. It's hard to watch your baby go, but I hope that it goes to a new place.
More restaurants in Spokane are closing their doors for good. What factors, one owner says, force him to shut down?
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
Injured in a car wreck?
Insurance company giving you the runaround?
Delays, excuses, and lowball offers.
Don't get hurt twice.
Get twice the help.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
Tony, your parents know you're over here again, right?
Yep.
Great.
Tony lives next door. See, he
His parents decided to just use their phone for home internet. So when everyone is on, Tony's over here streaming and drinking all my soda.
My dog.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
We're going to bed, Tony.
Good night. I'll lock up if I leave.
Get real home internet on the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's sad. I feel for my employees. I feel for the community that we built.
Places we gather to eat, drink, and have a good time are shutting their doors for good. Several Spokane restaurants have announced their last days of business, leaving many wondering why they're closing. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez has the story.
Behind me is Crave Eats, Drinks, Nightlife. It's been a downtown staple for several years. This past October, the owner made the difficult decision to close its doors for good. Many downtown spots, including Red Lion, Sukiyaki Inn, and Crave, have all announced their closures since October.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sadness. It's hard to watch your baby go, but I hope that it goes to a new place.
Many are speculating the reasons why this is happening. For Jacob Miller, it was finances.
It's been a really expensive quite a while, going through COVID and then construction downtown, and the economy is definitely affecting us.
Jacob also credits less foot traffic downtown as a contributor to Crave's downfall.
Even my close friends say, oh, I won't go down there. It's dangerous, or I have to pay for parking, or, some of the normal things that us downtown don't really see as much.
According to the Washington Hospitality Association, restaurants in big cities like Seattle, Everett, and Bellevue have been facing similar struggles since the pandemic.
Spokane restaurant sales are up 10%, but our inflation is up over 20%. So functionally, that means real sales are still down 10%.
Anton says closures before the holidays are unusual, especially to this extent.
We need to put more effort into supporting our local people. It's difficult watching the chains grow and grow and grow and grow while our small businesses who are putting everything, heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into it, not making it, because it just is a very spendy business to be in.
Jacob says he hopes that a new owner will come along and carry on Crave's legacy so they can be back soon. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
We have picked up 107-inch precipitation today. We're getting closer to our year-to-date average. It's just over 1.5 inches below average. I'll be back to let you know if there's any wet weather in our 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. The big beefy boy that started it all. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged 5 weeks to absolute perfection. Oven-ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Reserve yours immediately, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
What's weather? Sign up for the Brainstorm and learn about the science of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray. For the sports fan, there's The Playbook with sports director Julian Minensone. Discover stories and insights that go beyond scores. The 4 News Now newsletters. Choose your favorite or sign up for all 3 at KXLY.com. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Arby's, 2 for $7. Every day, a classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Wigs.
Temperatures right now in the mid-30s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we're not going to drop much from our current readings. But even with a high just above freezing, you're still going to run into some icy spots on the roads. Areas of fog. There are a lot of wet roads that will be refreezing as well. 37 for a high tomorrow. Low clouds and fog, very much like today, with occasional drizzle, and that's why I have a 10% chance of precipitation for tomorrow. It goes up to 30 on Thursday, but I'm losing hope that we're going to see anything out of a cold front that is making its way toward us. Here's Wednesday, completely dry. High pressure and control, and then it really just dies over the Cascades with nothing left to move over the region. So I think that 30% may even need to be lowered, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. Overnight lows tonight will be above freezing from Spokane and Coeur d'Alene points to the south, and then below up along the Canadian border down into Bonner County, 30 in Sandpoint. High temperatures tomorrow above freezing through the entire region with a lot of 40s on the map, including in Kellogg, St. Mary's, Pullman, Ritzville, Grand Coulee, even Omak. Your planning forecast, low clouds and fog for the next couple of days. There's our 30% chance of a rain-snow mix, but it's looking iffy. We're dry through the weekend with a 20% chance of a rain-snow mix on Monday. Overnight lows after tonight will be down below freezing, so we'll get into that freeze-thaw cycle. And again, a lot of melting and then refreezing, so each late evening and early morning, there's going to be some slick spots on the roads, sidewalks, and parking lots. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Who is Culligan? Your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY Plus.
One of my favorite programs is the People Helping People program.
Any BECU member can nominate a nonprofit that they care about.
We are so appreciative of BECU and their support for our program. One of our parents, who also happens to work here, was able to nominate us. Our service of the community really aligns well with BECU.
Last year, we gave away 3 grants in Spokane. This year, we're slated to give away $525,000.
Thanks to BECU, we are able to meet the needs of more families.
Do more together. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $7,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. 4 News Now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Welcome back. When Multicare Valley Hospital isn't busy saving lives this time of year, they're busy doing this, gifting hundreds of Christmas presents for local families in need. All of the gifts will be given to families in need at Broadway Elementary and North Pines Middle School. Marissa Rio shares how many families this project will help.
This is an annual project that Multicare Valley Hospital does during the holiday season. As you can see, this room is full of gifts and people continue to walk in with even more. Now, these presents won't only be going to local kids in need, but their families will be receiving items as well. Employees stacked present after present until the room was basically full. It was as if Santa came early this year.
Some years we have had beds that have been donated. We've had bikes that have been donated. I did hear this year there are some scooters. So it really just depends on what the department is able to do.
Multicare is providing gifts for 20 families. All were purchased based off of what each family said they needed and wanted. One employee says even her kids enjoy picking out gifts for the families.
My son, who's 8 this year, actually hand wrote some of the packaging on here this year because he can actually write on stuff. So we have a lot of fun. The kids get engaged and they realize, this is great for the families.
This is the 8th year the hospital has done this, and staff say they look forward to doing it every year.
Even without interacting with the families, the employees are just so excited to be able to bless somebody else.
The schools identify the families in need.
So we have some families that are already identified as being homeless. We have lots of students who get free or reduced price meals, so we typically start with those lists.
And Principal Johnson says the families really appreciate what they receive.
They are so grateful, especially families with children. They want their children to have a magical Christmas.
All of the gifts will be distributed before winter break. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tony, your parents know you're over here again, right?
Yep.
Great.
Tony lives next door. See, his parents decided to just use their phone for home internet. So when everyone is on, Tony's over here streaming and drinking all my soda.
My dog.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
We're going to bed, Tony.
Good night. I'll lock up if I leave.
Get real home internet on the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
You didn't ask to get in a car wreck, but here you are, injured, out of work,
and the insurance company wants to fight you on everything. You didn't pick this fight,
but you can pick who finishes it.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
After falling to the Washington Huskies for the first time in 18 years, the 10th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs were looking for a bounce-back performance just 48 hours later as they welcomed in Mississippi Valley State, but there would be no upset bid tonight. The Bulldogs came out early, and in this one they were very aggressive under the basket. Graham Ike receives the pass under and gets it the shot to go and the foul. He goes for 13 points on the evening. A couple minutes later, the Zags in transition. The Nolan Hickman three is off the mark, but Ike grabs the rebound, gives it up to Ryan Nembhard, who floats this one to Anton Watson. He finishes with a dunk as Gonzaga starts the game on a 14-2 run. Three-point shooting was far from their best performance tonight, but they did just enough in that department. Dusty Stromer knocks one in from the corner. He made 2 baskets on the night. He's a bit of a slump for him right now. Out of the break, the Zags did not let up. In transition, Nembhard finds a wide-open Jun Suk Yu, who knocks down the wide-open triple. Jun, 6 points off the bench, and the Bulldogs starting to pull away in this one. Then the cherry on top here. They're moving fast off the rebound. Nembhard passes it up to Braden Huff in the lane. He finishes with the exclamation point. Gonzaga gets the bounce-back win, 78-40. Now, no team in college sports is safe from the transfer portal, no matter what level these days, as the Idaho Vandals are finding out the hard way today as 2 of their best offensive performers are announcing their decision to depart from the program. And that starts with the man behind center, quarterback Giovanni McCoy, the 2022 Jerry Rice Award winner, along with the 2-time All-Big Sky and 2-time All-American player, was so instrumental in the Vandals' quick turnaround. During his Idaho career, he threw for more than 5,800 yards and accounted for 48 touchdowns. He's going to have 2 years of eligibility left to use. And running back Anthony Woods also on the move. In just 2 seasons at Idaho, he rushed for more than 2,000 yards and 19 touchdowns. But it was this past year that proved to be the breakout moment for him. He goes for 1,100 yards and 16 touchdowns. He was also named first-team All-Big Sky, and today was placed on the FCS Football Central All-American team. Woods is going to have 2 years of eligibility left as well. He's already received offers from Arkansas and Houston. Krista, send it over to you.
Let's take a look at your planning forecast. It's going to be low clouds and fog tomorrow. There's always a glimmer of hope that you might see some sunshine, but boy, with a sunset time of 3:58, it is unlikely.
Basically, like, yeah, right after the kids get out of school, you say goodbye to the sun for the night.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us for this special edition of 4 News Now. We're back in, well, just about 2 hours from right now for Nightside at 11. We'll see you then.